This is the first season of Survivor Carolina. I bet you guys are all dying to figure out what tribes you guys are in. And you'll be figuring that out after the competition. 2 people aren't showing up today. That's gonna be Caroline and Will. You'll see them around though, they'll be back. There's gonna be a green team called Latoma and an orange team called Kofa. So that's 2 tribes. You won't know what team you're on until you lose, so hopefully your team is good and steady. So if your tribe wins, what you covet is this little guy. He's your tribal idol. Also, I bet you guys are probably wondering about idols as well. There are 3 idols hidden around campus somewhere. Anyways, I'll hand out these things and explain how it all works. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give you guys a timer to begin, and you guys will place the ping pong ball in the biggest hole at the top with your thumb on top of the hole labeled 1. Then at regular intervals of 5 minutes, we'll move down to 2 and then to 3. And every time your ball falls off, you lose. I'll give you guys about a minute to prepare and everything to see how you're gonna balance a strategy if you have one. And then we'll get started. Good luck. I'll give you guys 10 seconds to prepare. 3, 1, we're on. Laura's immediately Aaron is out, and Logan is out.
And Sadie.
Aaron, you are also on Kofa. Both of you are on Latoma, the green team. Oh, Daniel is out. And Lucas is out. And Maggie is out. You are on the green team. And you are on the orange team.
I'm dead.
Sarsha's out. Eric is Oh my god, Xavier's out too. Merrick, you're on the orange team.
Hi guys.
Denny's on is out. You guys are only a minute and a half in. You guys are 2 minutes in. I will say you guys are about that round 1 level. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Roxanne is out. It's between Meredith and Jake for the final spot. One of you is on the other tribe. Jake is out. That means the green team has lost. You guys are going to tribe that
It's an interesting group of people, if I'm being completely honest. Like, it's a group that I don't think normally, like, just walking around campus, we would ever hang out.
The challenge was a bit of a unconventional one in terms of, I guess, Survivor history. It was an individual challenge, one winner, and it just so happened that the person who won wasn't on our side.
Immediately we lose the challenge, which obviously sucks, but as a group we decided to go to one of the halls and chat and get to know each other.
I feel like losing made the tribe want to open up, and like it really gets people into good groups rather than like winning and then you have to like, oh, but they're so nice. Like, no, we're here to win, we're here to play. And that's what happens in Survivor, you lose.
From the jump I can tell Xavier talks way too much. He talks way too much. He knows about every single show.
Their highest rated like episode was like 52,000 people.
Shit, what the hell? Oh, okay.
And they had like, and it's like a live stream for some stuff too. It's crazy.
Xavier's definitely a mentalist. He knows the game. He knows all the reality TV shows. I know all the reality TV shows, but I'm not telling people that. They listed all these obscure reality TV shows like House of Villains and Traitors and stuff like that. And he knew everything about them. And I knew what he was saying, but I wasn't going to tell people that.
I was like, what's Big Brother? What's the challenge? I've seen all of those. That's apparent, right? I know all of these shows. I'm definitely playing up like the stupid card.
I love Logan. I hope Logan doesn't go home. But the way he talks, he just doesn't seem like he thinks very strategically.
So we always just kind of like talking as a group, and then somebody was like, we need, do we want to go get something to eat? So then we went to Lenore.
And I forgot my one card like the great person I am.
Sadie went back to her room to get her one card. I also said that I was getting my one card, which is obviously bullshit. So we kind of talked on the way and back. I feel like I'm trying to like get in the survival mindset of like, oh, we're not just like pals meeting up.
Yeah, and like this could be
chat.
great if we were all friends, but we're all trying to win too. Saoirse I really like. She's really down to earth. She's the transfer student from London. She plays rugby. I love rugby, so bonded right off the bat there, and she's playing real hard, real fast.
Sriracha and Shady are definitely a duo pair. She drew a target on her back when she said she was an insomniac who likes to walk around at 3 in the morning.
I don't trust that. Go to sleep, take some melatonin. Do something.
For me, when there's 3 idols around campus, I'm asleep at 3, 4 in the morning. I don't need someone walking around who could stumble upon or look for one when no one else is out there. So to me, that makes her a threat.
Yeah. Anyway.
Vlog out.
Okay, we're here post-win. Shout out Meredith. Hopefully Will's car gets fixed.
I really think that if we hadn't won, I could have been on the chopping block, given my poor performance. I felt like on Sunday I had 2 losses, really. When I lost the challenge and then nobody liked my meme in the group me.
It was so cool. I wasn't expecting us to win. So when the girl won, I'm still getting names, Meredith, I believe. When she won, it was kind of like, girl power, go girl, you get it. And then she ended up being on our team. So that was a surge of like, okay, first time meeting, first time winning. And Merrick pulled out his phone and started like filming little videos already. And it was so cute. He was like, how do we feel, guys? So he was like someone, I think, Dennis is the one from Turkey. He was like, oh, you're our group's photographer already. So cute little roles are out. Everyone seems really wholesome. I love the one from Turkey. He's really wholesome. He named the little gnome, someone, Meredith who won said like Thumbelina, and he couldn't pronounce the TH, so it was Tumbelina. So that's her name.
I thought Meredith was pretty cool. She complimented my Taylor Swift Reputation sweater when I first met her. So I don't know, I just really liked her vibe.
Right after the challenge on Sunday, we kind of like went our own separate ways. We had stuff to do, and I go to dinner, and I see the other tribe eating dinner and everything together, laughing. I'm like watching them from a distance, being like, are they having fun?
Someone felt like they were missing out on like Kofa bonding. So that night we planned to meet for dinner, and we're meeting tomorrow as a whole group.
My plan is to really just see what alliances are being formed, see who kind of sticks together, and just kind of talk to everyone about, you know, what they're hearing, what their strategy is, and like try to form an alliance with Meredith and Aaron for sure.
I'm a Mary-cater, it's gonna sound so bad. I got a DM from him yesterday. We asked to meet, so I was like, yeah, of course, like, I'm free tomorrow. And then he goes like, oh, we can meet at Chase tomorrow during lunch. And I live on North Campus, first of all, so I don't want to walk down to Chase. And it's during lunch, prime hour, people can see. So I was like, I don't think that's a great idea. He was like, oh, it's not that crowded, there's some good spots. I was just like, no, I think it's best to like not do it then. And I was like, I'm also a North Campus girly, so we should find somewhere else. And no response.
Aaron just made, like, as I was walking over here, like a Kofa girls group me.
It's not even anything yet because it's no one has yet to say like a godforsaken word such as alliance, work together, game, strategy. So how was your day? Just got out of this class. Like, no one has made that first step yet.
I was thinking that we should have like an upperclassmen alliance that the underclassmen don't know about. I think we can have like a visible kind of alliance with the girls because I think that the boys on the tribe would expect that. But what they don't know is that upperclassmen trumps girls.
I trust Logan 100% and we did make a final 2.
I have a final 2 with Roxanne. We established that day 1. As close as I am with her, she scares the hell out of me. Like, I genuinely am scared by her. She's in every single one of my alliances, and so I know she's obviously playing as hard as I am. So this is the shape of the tribe as of now. So the first day, me, Xavier, and Roxanne made a core 3, a final 3.
Caroline needs to know.
Yeah, no.
Oh shoot, I forgot about Caroline.
Sadie. Because think about it. What's her name?
Sriracha? Sriracha sauce?
A few hours later, me, Roxanne, Xavier, we pulled in Lucas as a 4.
I'm not a huge fan of everyone in the majority alliance that I'm a part of. They're like, oh, we want to get like Sriracha and Shady and Snakey out. And I'm like, come on guys, just like use their real names. Stop being like petty. We met these people for 2 hours and they're already like hardcore gunning for people. I was just like, slow down a little bit.
We decided we also wanted Jake because this early on in the game, immunity challenges are very important to win and it's important to have strength. So we thought we could pull Jake in as a 5th member. I mean, just to have all of our bases covered and just to be safe for the first few weeks.
From what's been told to me and what my plan is that Sadie is the one who's going to be gone. We weren't sure about Caroline. We had the assumption, we were operating under the assumption that she was going to be exempt. We saw that was probably coming. So we went ahead and planned. I mean, she would be gone if she wasn't exempt. She was gone. I don't want to sound overconfident because I could easily be going home and everyone has lied to my face. And that is great. That's the game.
Logan, right off the bat, he's really talkative and just very like outgoing.
I want Sadie in this game. I think she's a great ally for me. We had a talk. I had to throw, obviously, Jake under the bus, which was pretty easy, but I also threw Xavier under the bus because I need to plant seeds of doubt about Xavier because I know he's good at this game. I know he's watched every season. I'm not an idiot, so he definitely needs to go. And Jake, every time we would talk about a show or Survivor in general, he'd be like, and it was the worst acting I've ever seen. What was that? What season? I've never. Shut up. I know you've seen that season. I know you've seen Survivor. I'm not dumb. So I'm definitely onto their little game, and they both need to go.
I want to go for Jake because personally, I do not care if it's Xavier or Jake. Xavier seems like a super great guy. He's super strategic, but he is going to be very hard to beat later on.
Sadie trusts me. Sadie likes me. So I got the vote switch from Sadie to Sriracha. Everyone wanted Sadie. Everyone thought she was very observant. But I spoke to everyone the other night and they brought up Sriracha. So I wanted to take a step back and just let everyone agree on Sriracha. And of course I agreed. She needs to go. And I think Sadie, she will be left on her own island. She will have no one to fend for but herself, and I will pull her in on my raft. And no one would suspect us to be a duo, so.
I've been hearing these rumors from my roommate, Logan, who's on the other tribe, that like there are people in my tribe that know each other or know some of the people in the other tribe. So, you know, there's definitely something hidden going on.
I know Erin from the other tribe, and so as far as I'm concerned, she's my number one. I'm her number one.
So we knew going in, we were like, we cannot tell people we know each other. So we had this whole plan, because we live in the same dorm. Okay, I live in the dorm, he's gonna live in Cobb. I live in Stacey, by the way. So that was our plan going in. And then he got to like the Survivor thing before me on Sunday, because we planned it like that. Lucas texted me and was like, there's a girl from first floor, Stacey. And so we're like, oh God, like what should we do? And then I think it was later that day, or later Sunday, we had a little chat. And he was telling me about how like his tribe mates are like already kind of paranoid. So he ended up telling them that he lives in Graham.
Roxanne has been stalking everyone's social media. And she's like been pretty open about that to me. And so she was like, yeah, you see Jake's Instagram? And like I was like, red alert, red alert, red alert. Go get rid of every tagged photo you have of people.
I kind of wanted to work with Erin. I feel like there's a good chance that she knows somebody on the other tribe. And I don't know for a fact, no one said that. I just really have this vibe.
Some of the girls on my tribe are already like connected.
I saw the cast list in the group me and I was like, Meredith Jolly, like I know her. I don't know how, but I know her. And so as soon as she came up to the challenge, I was like, oh my gosh, you're friends with Maddie. Like, I'm Laura. Like, we haven't met, but I recognized your name. And so because of that, we were able to make a connection. And then she ended up being on my tribe, which is awesome. And so we, because we're like the only upperclassmen, like only seniors, only like upperclassmen girls on our tribe, she texted me last night because Maddie gave her my phone number and was reaching out about a potential alliance. I know Caroline Kelly. I like swear if there's a girl in a sorority who's a senior, I know her.
I did know Xavier before this. We were friends in freshman year, and then, you know, sometime around this time last year, we had like a kind of falling out. And then I tried to reach out to him around his birthday, you know, tried to repair things, and he just ignored me.
It's too quiet. Like, I feel like somebody's holding something back because it has been way too quiet. If you ask me, more people know each other than they're letting on.
So this is Sadie from the Latoma tribe, and we got notice that there were 3 immunity idols hidden around campus at some point. I had the bright idea to go to the flagpole, which is where we met up the first time, and in doing so I found a little poem. The first clue I found was talking a lot about library, reading at night, the elixir of night, so caffeine. He was talking a lot about, so I found another clue behind the vending machines at the UL. That one was talking about stories and a place where people converge to tell stories and fighting unknown, hidden, silent battles, and talked a lot about king and queens. So I thought it was the Union, because there's a big chess set down there, so king and queen, and then it was talking about a modern scribe, so printers. So we went down there and I searched near the printers. I decided to take a detour because I had found clues previously and they led me nowhere. So I was just attempting to search every known tree. The roots had formed like a little cavity under a tree, and there was a piece of paper in there, and I figured, hey, it's either like trash, drugs, or an idol, so I'm just gonna reach in and grab it and see what happens, and it ended up being an idol. This is our lovely little idol, and he's adorable.
I saw Sadie. She was looking for, I don't know, she was in the bushes. So however that is to be interpreted.
Right before I found the idol, he stopped me and he's like, hey, do you have time for a little chit chat? And I was like, sure. I have nowhere to be. I definitely wasn't doing anything. And so we start talking, and he basically wanted to know where my head was at voting-wise, because tribal I basically told him I'm voting Jake. And he told me he's voting Sriracha, so we have this little standoff at the moment because he knows how I'm voting and I know how he's voting.
I have a committee. I went to chapter for my sorority. At the end of chapter, we always have stand-ups, like where if you have something you want to announce to everyone, you can just raise your hand. So I raised my hand. I was like, guys, this is so unserious, but I'm playing Survivor and there are 3 hidden immunity idols on campus. If you see anything suspicious, call me immediately. I've recruited some friends to help me go on a little bit of a treasure hunt. These are some of my AKO friends who are really invested in winning. So we're gonna see what we can do here and see if we find anything. It pays to have informants. That's something you don't have on real Survivor. That's a benefit of this game that I'm gonna exploit. It's like 10:10 and the producers didn't say I couldn't bring a friend.
Yeah.
So we are going on a little treasure hunt. We're excited.
The producers also couldn't say that she couldn't bring the investigator of all time.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to see if we can have some success here. We're operating on an assumption that it's an amulet, just based off of vibes. And so that kind of gives, it could be dangling, but I just really feel like because of weather, it's probably on the ground. Ever since Jake said that there were hidden immunity idols, it's literally all that I've been able to think about. I've been busy and I haven't had a chance to look yet, but I was just driving by and I found my way to Michael's. And I just was thinking about how one of my favorite plays on the show is when people make fake idols. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. My plan A for the idol is to find the original one and hide the fake one exactly where you put the real one. So that if you put any clues out later, then they're directed right into my trap. I'm thinking about doing a kind of a systematic search of the area, starting like at kind of the top of the boundary, like closer to the well and going down. That is my plan right now. I would love to stir a little chaos with this guy. So I'm really excited. Lots cooking up over here. Okay, I made my little guy. It says outwit, outplay, outlast. I think it looks pretty good and I used the tribe colors to hopefully make it seem legit. And then I put on a necklace because I feel like they're always a necklace. And so hopefully I can hide this and someone will fall for it.
I played on Survivor MIC Season 1, and I was first boot. I have my new sheep, Elise, Alexandra, Francisco, Mason, and Micah. And I'm a happy little farmer. And I was very crazy, and I had a very loud mouth, and I just went go talking in everyone's ear, trying to control the game. So it's not my strategy this time. So we were sitting in Carolina Hall, Xavier goes, oh, there's other schools that made like Survivor shows. He was like, Survivor Maryland, I think UNC like Wilmington or something.
Yeah, so UNC does W, and they have a Survivor Cup as well.
Really?
And Michigan State has one, I think, as well.
And then he goes, and Michigan State. And my face like froze.
I waited until we were alone, and then I brought it up with her. I was like, I know that you were.
Michigan State the same thing in public. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. Like, I was just curious. I think it's it's 45 seconds. I'm not telling you.
I've used this word a million times, but she's very, very paranoid. My parents went to Michigan State, and so I saw her phone wallet that had a Michigan State logo. I was like, hey, like, you like Michigan State? Like, my parents went there. I really like Michigan State growing up. And she was like, stop looking at that. Stop looking at that.
Lucas has to go.
I know, but we can't throw his name out this way.
No,
It's too early.
It is too early.
The thing
Lucas
is,
has to
is
go.
like-
Because why isn't his name being thrown out?
It's literally like, why, like I thought of that last night when I was talking to Jake, but I'm like, I literally told you he was sketchy. I freaking told you. I told him literally night one that Lucas is sketchy as hell.
Later on, It was me, her, and Xavier in the library. I see her computer. She has a Survivor sticker on her computer. I'm like, oh, hey, Survivor. That's pretty cool. Like, and I wasn't even like paying too much attention to like what the sticker actually looked like. I thought it was the Blood versus Water logo. She covers it. Stop looking at it. Stop looking at it.
Since Roxanne thinks that Lucas may know about her previous Survivor experience, which may be the case, it may not be, we don't know. We have a plan. Lucas does safe walk.
I'm gonna go and ask for his presence to walk, and I'm gonna tell him, and we're gonna see if he tells someone else, and if he does, then he's going home because we know that we can't trust him. You know how we were talking at the dining hall?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you're like Michigan State thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you saw the sticker on my laptop.
Yeah. What?
And did you hear the conversation like when we were in Carolina Hall?
No. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay, so this is my first year at UNC.
Okay.
Because I transferred from Michigan State.
Okay.
And at Michigan State, I played MSU Survivor.
Oh, dang, seriously?
Yes.
So, okay. So
the sticker I had on my laptop was from season 1.
Okay.
So Cautious Spartans. I forgot I had that on there, so I didn't know if you read it.
No, I didn't even piece that together. Like,
okay.
But like honestly, like I don't care.
Okay, well, just I hope that you keep it between us.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really care about that information. It just shows me that she just is a worrywart and is just gonna worry about everything, and that's not somebody I can, work with. Or gotta flip easy. Welcome to our happy family.
Minus Logan.
Minus Logan.
Logan was asleep. That's what he loves to do. He loves to sleep.
And then we have Jake on call. Jake, he's in Japan right now.
Okay, I think we should make a list of pros and cons for
Have
everyone.
you seen?
We talked about who to get voted out. Obviously, we showed text messages and group messages to prove that no one was lying.
Unless everyone has like a preference.
I mean, well, also like, I realized that Sadie lives in Stacy, so I was like, I wonder if they've seen each other.
Yeah, I haven't seen her at all, other than one time. Yesterday, I was walking to my 9:30, and I ended up behind her, and I was just like kind of watching to see what she did. And I was on one side of the street, she was on the other, and I don't know. I guess she was just walking to class. It wasn't nothing abnormal, except
I'll say this. She told me one thing, that she likes to admire the greenery. And when we saw her today, I saw her today, she was like standing in like grass and like looking at plants and shit.
I did. So I was on the side where Phillips is, and she was on the side where the Arboretum is, but we were kind of back towards the Arboretum, and she kind of peeled off that way towards the Arboretum. I mean, it was 9:30 in the morning, so I don't think she was doing anything precarious, but she did like stop and like take a few pictures and then just kept walking. So
I mean, like, she's very into plant life.
I have to say something. Today I was on the phone with my friend, and she was walking in front of me, but I was talking about Survivor, so she may have heard what I said.
In the fear that Sadie is idle hunting, or could be, by staying up, we do have the numbers. If all 5 of us are down, we could split between Sadie and Sriracha. 3 for her, 2 for Sriracha. They'll only have 2 votes, so it'll tie, and then we'll vote out. I guess in that case, probably Sriracha.
Me, Jake, and Roxanne are voting for Sadie, and then Lucas and Logan are voting for Sriracha. So that way, if Sadie does play idle on herself, it's still 2 votes going for Sriracha. After our group meeting last night, we sent Logan on a side quest to meet up with Sadie and Sriracha and talk to them. And at this point, the only name being thrown out there was Roxanne.
Logan was like, I need to talk to you guys. Like, I was like, okay, this is kind of obvious, like, let's chill. But I know now that like that was him immediately wanting to tell us that our names had been mentioned, and also kind of like he wants to work with us, I think. So I do trust Logan.
I head to the library after a little bit when Logan officially goes to meet Sadie and Saoirse. Get a text from Roxanne, and she's like, "We need to meet ASAP." I'm like, "Oh god damn!" Like I'm really trying to not do Survivor right now. She's freaking out, and the reason why is because she thinks that Sadie and Saoirse are gonna put votes on her because of the conversation Logan had.
You guys, the game is gaming. The game is gaming. So, y'all know how that vote, it keeps going from Saoirse to Sadie to Sadie to Saoirse, whatever. I had a conversation with Saoirse and Roxanne, and we threw out Xavier's name, and I trust them so much. I genuinely, the more I work with them, the more I do not want them to go. I want them to stay in this game. And so, I know I can trust Roxanne. I know that now. Roxanne's my number one, Sadie and Saoirse. But I do not trust Xavier, and I lied to Roxanne, saying that Saoirse, Sadie, and Xavier were 3. That never happened. Never. And that they were going to target Roxanne at some point. That's a lie. None of that is true. Roxanne is talking to Lucas right now to see what they're thinking. I just hope they realize that I'm just being genuine. I'm really scared, but if this keeps Sadie and Saoirse,
She literally just starts spilling her guts out. Like, she told me literally everything in existence. She told me her and Logan have a final 2. She told me her and Xavier have a final 2. She told me her, Xavier, and Jake have a final 3. She also came to me with the plan with flipping on Xavier and Jake and voting Xavier out.
We're making a pros and cons list.
So this is our pros and cons list. On the top, you can see the Calculus 1 chain rule. On the bottom, you can see the pros and cons list for voting out Xavier and for voting out Sadie.
And then she tried threatening me.
If my ass, where do you live? I'm gonna go down if I go home tomorrow.
Roxanne, I'm with you 100%.
Okay.
But you need to trust me, okay?
I know. It's like the freaking statue.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, Roxanne, you're good. Like, I got you. I don't know what I need to do to like prove that I want to vote with you. I hand her my Barnes & Noble's reward card, just as collateral.
On your Barnes & Noble rewards card.
On my Barnes & Noble
Okay. Rewards card.
Rewards card.
Hey, we're ready. Roxanne, how does it feel to be at your first ever tribal council?
Feels really nerve-wracking. I'm not sure how the vote's gonna go tonight. Actually, I know exactly how the vote's gonna go tonight. Hopefully no one's lying to me, but I'm really nervous. I hope it's not me, but I'm excited.
Caroline, you just met these people for the first time. What are your initial thoughts?
I can tell emotions are high, but energy's just as high. I think everyone's excited to be at their first tribal council representing Latona. We might have lost the first challenge, but don't you worry. Next time we're coming back for that dub. We're all gonna win. Team Green right here. Yeah! I apologize for not being the first challenge, but I'm gonna bring the heat with the second one, so just you wait.
Exciting. Logan, are you scared?
I mean, I'm always going to be a little scared. I mean, even today, I was just sitting in my room and I was like, oh, don't people talking about me? Like, who do I need to talk to? Like, there's always that level of doubt. You never know who's telling you the truth and who's lying to you.
Sadie, who do you think is the biggest threat at this group right now?
I really appreciate that question. I think all of us have aspects that can be perceived as threats. I mean, some of us are super social players. Some of us are super knowledgeable of the game. It kind of just depends on who you are. And I think everybody's got their own level of little threats.
Xavier, how about you?
exactly what Sadie just said. I feel like everybody has things that they're good at, and that being good at something can be dangerous. I think people have weaknesses, which can also be dangerous. I think that people can be social, some people aren't.
Lucas, do you know who you're voting tonight?
I do.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Saoirse, is the person you're voting for tonight, do they deserve to go home?
I don't think anyone deserves to go home. I think we're I don't know, excited to be playing the game, so I don't want to say someone deserves to go home. That's not how I vote the game, but because I think someone's done something that means that we're winning the game. I think someone has to go home, and the person I'm voting for is the person that I think it makes more sense for me to not be continuing the game. But I don't think that means that deserves.
Sadie, have you suspected any lies since this week started?
Oh, I mean, obviously, we're all playing. Like, you can't take anything anybody says to be the absolute truth. I mean, everybody's playing their own game, and even if you're not trying to lie to somebody, you can omit truth. That's a tactic that you can use. So, I would not be surprised. I would be surprised if anybody was telling me the complete truth.
Roxanne, do you see any like obvious alliances since this week started?
I definitely do think there's, good duos, good trios. It's kind of obvious. Some may not be obvious. I do think that there are some dupe alliances. So, never know until after the vote.
Interesting. Logan, do you think that whoever goes home tonight will be shocked that they're going home?
Probably not. I don't think so.
What about you, Lucas?
I think there's certainly a possibility, but at the end of the day, if you are going into tribal and you're not at least a little bit scared, I don't know what type of human you are. You're certainly not human in my book, so.
Jake, do you think after this vote the tribe is going to be more unified?
I hope so. I wouldn't necessarily say that we're not unified right now. I think we had a really good interaction from the first time we met. I think that we're going to be a strong tribe, and maybe whenever we get a challenge, it's actually a team challenge that will come out on top.
Interesting. Should we just get to voting? Okay, Lucas, you're first. Go cast your vote. Nobody look. And I guess we can just wait.
So sorry. But that's what's best for my game.
You were safe until I wanted you out today. I'm sorry, but you need to go.
You're too good. You've seen too many seasons, and I don't trust that you haven't been looking for an idol. Who walks around at 3 a.m.? Like, come on.
I'm sorry, no one deserved to go.
I will now tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol that they want to play, now is your chance.
No one found the damn idols, Jake. Go.
First vote. Sadie. Xavier. One vote Sadie, one vote Xavier. Xavier. Two votes Xavier, 1 vote Sadie. Sadie. 2 votes Sadie, 2 votes Xavier. Xavier. 3 votes Xavier. 2 votes Sadie. And the first person voted out of Survivor Carolina Season 1, Xavier. Grab a torch. Xavier, the tribe has spoken. Fuck you all.
Great playing with you guys.
Okay, you guys can head on back now. We're all done. Have a good one.
I don't know why.
It sucks because I'm such a big Survivor fan and it sucks to go out first. I'm almost positive Roxanne stayed loyal, but I do think that Logan was never loyal and I never thought he was. And I always wanted him to go. I think that Sadie and Sriracha got to him, and then Lucas and Jake, they maybe flipped as well. Or possibly, maybe Sadie found an idol, you know, she walks around, she's taking melatonin. That's life. I'm not too mad. Honestly, this was a lot of fun. Even though it lasted a little bit, that's the game.